Hello, this is a message for my students from Looking Ahead. Guys, we're really missing you still, lots. A little news on the packs coming together. Linda's getting most of them done. Still going to be quite a lot of work to get them together. So hopefully in 2 weeks' time you should have them, and there's going to be activities in there for you to join in, paint along with, create things with. There's going to be all sorts of things in there that you're going to have some great fun with doing with you, your parents, your carers, whoever you're with. Will help you to do it, I'm sure. It's going to be fun. Okay, what I promised last week was that we're going to get together and I was going to show you how to draw a hedgehog. A very simple way of drawing it, and we're going to be doing it with our hands. We're going to use our hands to create and paint and draw a hedgehog. I might do this in 2 stages. So what I might do is we draw it first, get the drawing done, and then next week we'll colour it in and paint it. And hopefully you're joining, follow along, and remember, keep everything you're doing, bring it all together when we can come back as looking ahead, and then we can put the exhibition on. Again, keep safe, look after yourselves. Okay, here we go then, guys. Here's to draw an easy hedgehog using your hand. Place your hand on the paper like that, and make a little point with your fingers and your thumb touching. Then you're going to draw around from your wrist, around your hand, down to there, following it along, and then come from your wrist again, and around here, draw around in your hand, and there's your hand shape. What you're then going to do is from the knuckle here, you're going to draw down and just round that off to the base, and follow your hand around like that and bring that into more of a point. And then about here you're going to come in with your spine shape, and that's where the spines are going to come here. And then you can use your finger around here and just draw around your finger. That's going to give you his ear or her ear, like that. And then the eye is going to be here, nice round eye. Then the nose sits just on the tip here, like that. And there, you colour that eye in, keep colouring it in nice and dark, leaving a little bit of white just in the centre there. And there's a little mouth just about here, so make a little mark for a little mouth. And there is a simple little hedgehog. Right. Now what we're going to do, with a rubber, just gently rub out some of those marks we don't need around here. Just tidy up the edges, just like that. Rub out some of this here. That's all we need here. And then we're going to start making in these little shapes a little bit better now. We're going to put in the eye better, making it round. And then we'll just bring this in here. Now their little feet, they're under their body just about here. You can't see these back ones because they're all going to be underneath their body there. So make a little mark there, and their little paws, little feet here are going to be sort of here. And then what I want to do is I want to put a little baby hedgehog in. So make the same shape like that, and then draw inside your shape. And that's going to give you this little shape here. And there is a little baby hedgehog. Bring that around here, put a little nose on the end, like that. Put an eye on here. And then with a rubber, just rub out where that little foot is that we just placed in. We put that in so we know where it's going to be. Even if you can't see it, put it in. And then we're going to just straighten up the back of the little baby hedgehog. You know, these things are really in danger. We don't see many of them around anymore. I can't remember the last time I saw a hedgehog actually. There's a little baby one there. Put his little eye in here, and they got their little ears here. Okay, just rub some of that nose out to make it that's better. And then just put a little point in here, and then put his little nose on the end here. They're quite black, their little noses. Right, once you've got the shape in, see how easy that was, just by drawing around your hand. Okay, what you're going to then do, this is going to take the time, so don't rush this, got lots of time. Okay, is you can start on the big one or the little one, whichever one you fancy. It's the same principle. What you're going to do is you're going to make little scratchy marks like this with your pencil, little dashes. And you're going to cover the whole body, and these representing all the spines that these hedgehogs have. Joe, when they're born, they're very soft, these spines, when they're tiny. But when they get bigger, they're really spiky. You have to wear gloves if you're handling them. And ideally best not to handle them if you see them in your garden. Just give them some cat food or dog food. Don't give them bread and milk because they're allergic to the milk. It's not good for them. So just give them some nice cat's food or dog's food because they love that. And if you've got a big garden, leave some old logs down at the back of the garden somewhere where they can go and hide underneath it. You see what I'm doing here? I'm just making lots of little scratchy marks, little dashes representing some of these spines, and I'm following the shape of the body. And this is just a very simple little hedgehog. Little paw there, little foot like that. Put a little eye in here and a little tiny mouth just around here. Okay, little ear, and then put some spiky bits just over the line just to break that line up like that. I do love these little creatures. These are wonderful little animals that live in our gardens if we're lucky. And you're going to do that same thing over the big hedgehog. So again, the big one, it'd be bigger dashes. And you're going to go over the whole hedgehog like this. I'm going to stop about there because you'll be sitting me all day doing this. But you get the idea. I'll make these a little bit longer as they're coming out like that. And cover the whole hedgehog in that. And their little ears, there's little bits of fur coming up here into the ear. And then when you get to the head, just shade it in. You can use pencil like I'm doing here. Or you could use colour pencils. You could use a pastel, which is like a chalk. You could use felt tip pens. You could use paints and paint it in. Whatever you want to do, you can do that. And just colouring them in. And remembering, we're going to keep these for our exhibition that we're going to do when we all get back to work. And we're going to invite our friends and our families to see these wonderful pieces of artwork that we've been doing while we've been at home due to this virus that's going around. You know, you stay in safe, guys. Don't go out unless you have to. You know, you can have a little bit of walk and have a bit of exercise, but don't go out to the shops because most of the shops are going to be closed. When you've coloured it in, just use your finger and just blend them in like this. Okay, but if you're using a pencil like I'm doing, you can do that with just using your finger to blend it in. And then I'm going to use a little bit of a colouring on his little nose here, or her nose. We're going to shade that in. Just make that into a nice dark little nose they have. Leaving some white paper showing through so it gives the idea of it light catching its little nose. Like that. There we go. Take that up to the head a little bit here. Let's make that a little bit darker around the eye. When you're colouring in, see the way I'm going? I'm doing little circle movements here. Like that. Just little circle movements. Make a little mark for the mouth as well. And then shade in this way. Yeah, so as I was saying, you know, please don't go out unless you have to. Stay in. Keep yourself safe. You know, drink plenty of water. Keep your hands washed. Keep washing your hands, keeping them clean. You know, if you're touching any surfaces, if you're not wearing gloves, then just wash your hands regularly, keeping those hands clean. I'm going to put in some of this colouring under here with his ear. I'm going to colour it in quite dark around his hair, leaving some of these little bits here to show the little bits of hair and soft little ears they have. Not spiky. There we go. Like that, and then you can get a rubber, and you can just rub some more sort of hairs into the ear like that, and then just put in some shapes like this, and then colour in that gap, leaving the white bit showing. See that? And that's going to give it an idea of some hair coming through the ear, up here like this. There's the ear. And then, as I said, with these spines, you're just going to put these big spines in. You cover the whole body. Now you could colour the body in a light brown first, like here, and then you can put a darker brown with the spikes going over the hedgehog, like that. And you're going to cover the whole of the body using these little movements here. Make it go over the line with the spikes so it looks like it's spiky. I'm just using a pencil here, but you can use colour pencils as I said earlier. You can do it however you want to do it. You can make them all different colours if you want to. It doesn't have to be these colours. It can be whatever colours you like. And this is a part of the endangered animals that we're looking at on my art group. And hedgehogs are one of those. They're in decline. That means they're dying off. We don't see many of them. So we want to try and save some of these hedgehogs by raising the profile and letting people see how wonderful these animals can be and are, and hopefully put some information packs out when we do the exhibition, just letting people see how many hedgehogs are alive today and how we can help to keep them in our gardens and keep them safe. I'm just going to bring in some more spikes here, but you get the idea. And then when you've done that and it's all covered in spines, you can then put some grasses down here if you want to, so some grass going up like that. And again, you can colour this in however you want to colour it in, okay? And this is your picture, remember. And it'd be great to see some of these. Now, some of these grasses can go right over the hedgehogs if it's quite deep grass, if you want to, like that. And we keep going. And just putting lots of grass in. Okay, I'm going to pause it there for a moment and then I'll come back. There you go, guys. You can see I've just filled in some more of those spines. It took me a few minutes and I put a little bit of grass in around. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to then colour this in. And maybe next week you can watch me colour this in and hopefully come along with me. Or you can just leave it as a pencil drawing. Guys, you take care, look after yourselves, keep safe, listen to your parents, your carers and people around you that are giving you the advice on what to do. and you'll be getting those packs from me in probably another week, maybe 2 weeks' time. They'll be turning up from Linda and the staff and all the hard work we've been doing. Okay, you take care, and I'll speak to you soon. And I'll see you again next week on this little channel. Bye.